What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So let me address this. This is kind of a special request video. And I can tell you, I searched and there's nothing related to Turki Alalshikh saying that he's going to raise the prices of his pay-per-views, which I could give a fuck if he did. He'd just be going back on his own word, and I don't have to pay for anything that I don't want to have to buy. Okay, I don't have to. I can care less about all that, but it's boxing, it's the sport I love. Well, hey, no one controls how I spend my money. Simple. Now, once again, and I'm not gonna post this guy's face. Look. So this is what was said, and I'm going to explain why I'm doing this video, and then I'm going to get off of this guy. It was said to me by several people, yo, Showbiz, the adult said Turki Alalshikh should raise his prices. He's going to or should raise his prices because he's losing money because we're not buying the pay-per-views or whatever. I didn't watch his video, so I don't know exactly what he said, and I really don't even care. But this is what I'm going to tell you guys. I don't care what Showbiz said or whoever. There's no information known to us, no information stating anything about Turki Alalshikh raising the prices. Now, I just posted on the thumbnail the most recent post about anything referencing ticket prices or anything referencing Turki Alalshikh event. In fact, if you look at the last event they just had, okay, it was an invitation only because there's going to be you're not going to have people with regular 9 to 5 there. Now, I spoke about that briefly in a video because, those guys got paid really, really big. And, of course, the people that was there, all you saw was celebrities. Former boxers, whatever. You didn't see people that work at Lowe's or, Home Depot. You don't see regular jobs. Hell, probably didn't have any doctors or lawyers or whatever in the house either. Whatever, who knows, who cares? But bottom line is, if you were there, you paid a pretty big damn penny. And that's my point. You're not over there with a regular salary. Okay. That being said, if people are complaining and like the information I got that, the pay-per-views are cheap so they don't feel premium, and you're one of those foolish people that think that you have to be spending big money, or if you're not, then you're purchasing something cheap, that's a problem that you have. That's a part of your own stupidity, because if you feel like, in other words, look, if you feel like something is only worth anything if it's expensive, if you're being overcharged, you're just a goddamn fool. And this has nothing to do with Turkey or Showbiz or nobody else. This is just you being a fool. And I do know people like that. Like, example, if we went in the store and I saw a pair of jeans, and those jeans were 60 fucking bucks. And then you say, yeah, I like those. I'll buy those jeans, right? And then all of a sudden we're in a different store. We see that same exact pair of jeans for 120, but for some reason you feel like you accomplished something that I didn't, because you went and spent another extra $60 and bought them for $120. Well, how smart are you? Yeah, I know people that's like that. They're idiotic. Okay? This is part of the problem with boxing right now, is you got people that attend boxing events just because of who's there, or there's going to be a red carpet. I'm going to promote my book. We'll take photos there. I'm going to do interviews, like whatever. They're not there for the fight. Once again, we can go back to Sean Porter, okay, talking. I think it was on his podcast or whatever, and he goes, when people come to these boxing events, they're not there for boxing. They're not there for the fight. They're there for their entertainment. And remember, I said, well, goddamn, Sean, you say that shit like you approve it. That shit is sad. But again, people feel like it's money, money, money. That's the way people think now. We have to adjust to it. No, you don't have to. You really don't. Okay? People complain for the longest all last month about how sucky and how crappy WrestleMania was, how crappy the WrestleMania buildup was, right? And how everything involved in it was just trash. It made no sense. Triple H told his fans to fuck off. basically stop being a critic and be a fan and just take whatever bullshit we give you, right? Well, the same people that complain and complain and complain, okay, I get it. You want a better product, so you'll complain about what they're doing. But at the same time, you're the same people that to get tickets to go to SummerSlam where they're selling tickets for $30,000 to $40,000, right? And the cheapest fucking ticket in the building is $785. You mean to tell me you don't even have money put aside for your kids to go to college, but you want to be able to say that you went to a WWE event? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't look at that and say, nah, I need to like really rethink what I'm doing. You don't see it like that? Because you certainly do need to rethink what you're doing. But if you do this and you're complaining about how crappy the show was, yet you're willing to spend $30,000 to $40,000. Well, those $30,000 to $40,000 isn't for people with a regular 9 to 5. And bottom line is, this is what's happening in the entertainment world. Okay? Sports and all, they are designing a lot of this stuff for people that have big money. Okay, so for example, you have AEW, who puts on great wrestling shows. But if you feel like, well, I only want to go to WWE, okay, man, listen, hey, that is your prerogative and your choice, and nobody can tell you how to spend your money, right? All right, then. So if that's what you're doing, and for you it's all about, WWE, okay, well then, you know, if you're going to complain about prices or whatever, to complain about the product, but you're still willing to break your pockets to go, how smart are you? You got to be real. How smart are you? And also, so bottom line, so yeah, I don't see anything about Turki Alalshikh raising the price. I don't know where that came from. Now, on the other hand, if this guy is telling you that Turkey's losing money, because I'm hearing the stories, I'm hearing people, they're saying the same but similar and slightly different. And sometimes people just word things different and your words can change. It could be the difference of what somebody meant. Maybe you're misunderstanding or whatever. Bottom line is, if this guy is telling you Turkey's losing money because he's selling these fights for cheap, these pay-per-views for cheap, and people aren't buying them, well, how is raising the price going to make it any damn better? And if people are really that dumb to sit back and say, all right, $20 or $60, all right, you know what? Nah. Oh, now he's charging $100. Okay, now I'll buy it. You're pretty goddamn stupid. Because the same example I gave about the jeans, that's not a hypothetical. I actually saw that shit happen. Like, that happened. That really actually happened. And there's people that's like that. They feel like spending more money means something. Like people buying their little, 2-month-old baby $300 shoes, and yet you make like $300 a week. Shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? That it just makes no sense. Ego, stupidity, ignorance. That all being said, I seen nothing about the prices being raised, and I attach that so you can all see it. Because people, look, let me tell you something. When a person works for a company, or they have some type of partnership with the company, they'll tell you anything to try to sell a product. You understand what I'm saying? So if your whole life is boxing, or whatever, I just gotta spend my money. I'm not planning for my future, but I'm planning on just giving all my money away to make these people rich. Once again, that's a you problem. As much as I love, combat sports, the thrill of competition, if they cancel every one of them sons bitches tomorrow, I'm not gonna lose no sleep. Hey, there's other things I'm involved in. I have a life. I'm not a couch potato. But at the same time, it doesn't do anything to me. It's just a form of entertainment that came and went. Just saying, right? So you don't have to spend your money on this shit. It's if you choose to. So if he's telling you, because it damn sure ain't come from Turkey, according to the actual information, and anything related to this dude, I found nothing about him raising the ticket prices, just the exact opposite. So if anything, that's more of this guy probably saying to you guys, maybe it's some information with numbers as far as, like I said, him losing money or something or whatever. Whatever, man. that ain't your problem. Because I don't buy a pay-per-view. I can't tell you the last time I bought someone's album. But I don't buy an album and say, hopefully this album will make this artist go platinum. My purpose is to make this person rich. No, if I bought the album, it's because I like the album. I like the person's music. It has nothing to do with how many people bought it. I can care less about that. That's not my concern. So, of course, in business, you're selling something. You want to sell. You want to make profit, right? Okay, then. But that's not my intentions for buying your album. That's not my intentions for buying something like I like to watch One Fighting Champions. First of all, let's be real. If you understand how streaming works and all of that, how do you feel when you already paying a monthly fee for a streaming service? Now they have a pay-per-view and they want you to pay separate for that pay-per-view as well. Either you do it or you don't. It's really simple. But if you feel like something's overpriced, why are you wrestling with yourself? You're complaining about how high the price is for a pay-per-view as if you have no choice but that. Well, since I saw it, they announced it, now I know that they have the fight coming. Now I have to buy it. You absolutely do not. But the fact that you choose to, I mean, that's up to you. I don't understand why people are so grown up age-wise, but so naive. If this man or anybody else is complaining about ticket sales, if they're complaining about, someone losing money, they're not selling these pay-per-views at the rate that they would like to have. They expect it to because the prices are so cheap, but we're not breaking records. We're not, selling pay-per-views like hotcakes. Well, so what? Everything, laundry detergent, food, gas, everything that you think that you need is so high priced. It's not even debatable. It's not even a fucking hard decision. If you have to buy what you need versus something that you might want, you just, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have $100 to spend on no damn pay-per-view. You know what? Let's watch a good movie. Hey, it's simple. If you beat yourself up behind this kind of stuff, once again, that's a you problem. So no, it's bullshit that Turki Alalshikh is talking about raising the prices. If you heard this from Showbiz or something and you heard him properly, and that's what he's saying and that's his words. This has nothing to do with Turki Alalshikh, and even if it did, once again, you are in control of that. You guys got to toughen up, man, and stop worrying about what people are telling you. Like I don't even know why this is alarming. Because if I feel like I'm not paying for something because you're overpricing it, just like fighters tell each other fighters, even though you're my mandatory, even though you won your title eliminator, you're overpricing yourself. Yeah, well, guess what? I feel the same way. You're overpricing this pay-per-view. I'm not buying that shit. And there's nothing to argue about or debate. It's really simple. It's my money. Anyway, you see what I posted, and that's that. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch you guys on the next video.